Well, greetings and salutations. I just wanted to make a real quick video here while I have a minute. Just wanted to thank Randy. Excuse me, I was on the wrong slide. Just wanted to thank Ranty for all of his efforts in photography and really appreciate him proving the globe for us. Um, I'm not going to concentrate on the photos that he brought up a bunch of photos on Globebusters the other night. And I'm not going to concentrate on the ones that, this is stretched and that's stretched because, yes, refraction is a thing. And you guys like to use the skunk bay stuff and don't apply it to your own stuff. But he did post one remarkably clear picture. And that was this guy right here. Okay. That is DSCN3408.jpg. He produced this image. Now I don't know what they went on to say about it. I really don't. I don't listen that very much to these people. Like I said, I just only concentrate on the stuff that I can actually analyze. Now, um, this photo was taken from 16.23 miles away, uh, or 26.11 kilometers. Now I was able to determine that by the placement of the buildings versus a line of sight. And it put him like somewhere right along this little area right here. And so now, if you look at the top of uh, these buildings don't look all that impressive. Okay, and if you go back to the photo itself, the buildings don't look all that impressive. But this is a huge industrial complex. Okay, and these buildings are actually quite large. And I went across the waterway here and put on Street View. And guess what? Look how tall these buildings are. Okay, these buildings are not small. Okay, there's a brick building behind this. Excuse me. Behind this building, there is a brick building that is, as far as I can count, one, two, three, four, five industry stories tall. Okay, industry stories. The only reason why I point out that it's an industry story as opposed to the stories of a house is because of the fact that a house is obviously going to have a much lower distance for each floor. These are industry floors, and there's ducting and all kinds of stuff that happens up in the roofs of them. This is from across the bay or across the water here, which doesn't really look all that impressive. It really brings this into perspective. um, and when you look at this right here, it just looks like a couple of larger buildings just kind of out there. But just to compare these out, okay, this is Ranty's photo. This is the street view photo. This is the overhead from Google. Now, here's the stack. Okay, here is the peak of this taller building in the background here, the one right next to all the wavy roofs. Okay, that's the peak. This is there's another stack there. It's kind of skeleton framed, and it's very kind of difficult to see, but it is right here in Ranty's photo. Um, and then here's the front corner of this building, the facing corner. That's the facing corner. Okay, I call this the cut roof building. Did that one at least during my analysis. And then here is this building. Now this building itself is at least those 5 stories, maybe even 6 stories high. But it only looks like it's maybe one floor in this image. Now, the thing that really caught my eye about this entire photo, and I tried to ask on Globebusters, but of course, Globebusters being who they are and hiding the fact that they're wrong about things, they have me muted. What really caught my attention was these blades from wind turbines. Now you have to ask yourself, well, where are the damn wind turbines? Interestingly enough, these wind turbines are up on a 40-foot hill, another 12.6 kilometers away. Okay, beyond this. Okay, the measurement that I did of 26.11 kilometers was to the this stack here from the point of photography. So basically, what you're seeing here is you're seeing once again the curvature of the Earth at play. Okay, because here's those wind turbines. They are a little bit further away. Hold on a second here. Let me go ahead and bring this up here. Okay, here's his point of photography here. I made this little white polygon because it's somewhere inside of this area of where he took these shots, or that particular shot, just by aligning the buildings. And here's that line of sight going up to just to the right of the corner of the lower building. And then that line of sight lines up real nice with these wind turbines up on this 43, around 40 something foot hill. Okay? So the question is, how is it possible that those turbines are that low? Now, if you do all these things up in the Earth curve calculator, I'm not going to do them right now, but if you do all these things up in the Earth curve calculator, matches up just fine. Now, unfortunately, I can't nail down the exact height of those turbines, but they're not small. As a matter of fact, I wonder if there's a street view near there. I didn't check that. There seems to be a cool dirt bike track, and this is probably an old. This appears to be an old airstrip, probably World War II airstrip. Let me see here. Well, I'm only going to get to here. Let's see what that shows. Yep, nice big turbines out there. So basically, all I really wanted to show here is that due to this photograph, you got nothing else really to say but curvature of the Earth. Now, we won't talk about all the stuff that's missing out front here, the things that you don't see that you should be seeing. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Uh, excuse me. Oh, I hate it when it does that. We won't talk about all the stuff that's missing there. There's all this coastal here. Now, I understand the coastal stuff is very small. I did see in another image that he had the Walney Lighthouse, um, but it's not in this field of view. This field of view is quite small for this picture. But there's too much missing. Okay, there's way too much missing, and yeah. So explain that. And while we're at it, Ranty, or well, actually, you know what? There was a couple other little points. They have absolutely nothing to do with this particular set of photographs, but I just wanted to address a couple of these little points that were going on. First of all, I heard Riley yesterday was complaining that von Braun was apparently a Nazi. No, von Braun was a contractor basically, and footing the bill was the Nazis. Okay, it would be the same thing as if you got a contract for gardening for BAE. You are not BAE. BAE is your customer. So that's how that works. And as far as uh, having a quote out of the Bible on your tombstone, I need not remind you that Copernicus, Galileo, and Isaac Newton were also devout Christians. So yeah, so you can take from that what you want to. Somebody's beliefs does not necessarily mean that they do not uh, that they're contained in some way to some kind of doctrine. That's just not how it works. And as a matter of fact, the Vatican has its own observatory. So yeah, you can do with that what you want to. Additionally, Riley, I heard you talking about on Globebusters. You were talking about the whole thing about ghost ships. Well, ghost ships, that's just what I'm kind of spitting out there about ships that, go missing and then turn up on some beach somewhere. And you said, how is that possible with GPS? GPS should know exactly where those boats are. GPS does not transmit anything. GPS receives, okay, and then calculates what it receives to give you a position on the ground. That's all. GPS does not transmit anything. Now, if you want to talk about AIS or SAIS, which most smaller boats are not equipped with, um, then we could talk about that because there are entire sites out there that track ships, uh, whether for free or for a subscription. You can actually look that stuff up on the websites. Don't make the same stupid mistake that Jeff did, saying that there's there's no GPS because AIS doesn't track boats off, further off the coast. That's just stupid, man. Just stupid. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I really had here. I just wanted to say again, thanks, Ranty, for proving the globe. And y'all have yourselves a nice day.